In this video, I'm going to show you how to repair and refurbish a Sega Megadrive or Genesis controller. So the first thing we need to do is open the controller. So we'll need a posi-drive screwdriver and we'll remove these 6 screws on the back. So I'm doing the second stage by hand here just to speed it up slightly. So I've loosened them with a screwdriver and then removed by hand. So out come these 6 screws and we can put them aside for safekeeping. So the next thing we need to do is remove the back cover. Set that aside. You can remove the motherboard and remove the motherboard cable. A little bit fiddly, but that comes away quite nicely. Set that aside. There's the D-pad rubber contacts on top there. Now we can next remove the directional pad or D-pad. You'll see this one has a slight chip in it to the right. If you drop these, they tend to chip in that manner and rattle a bit, but it doesn't really affect performance. So I'll remove the rubber contact pads from the buttons. And finally remove the buttons. So that's Start, C, B, and A. So now we've disassembled. So the first thing we're going to do is clean the contacts. Now this is a common fault if these get contaminated or there's buildup of oxidation and so on. So we can clean these using a rubber or an eraser as it's known in the US. So first pass we'll use a rubber to clean these. This removes most of the surface sort of contaminants. So if you have a quick look at the rubber, we'll see it's discolored from some of the contaminants that have come off there. And the next thing we're going to use is called isopropyl alcohol, which is a contact cleaner. So off shot, I'm just spraying a cotton bud with the isopropyl alcohol, and I'm going to use that to clean the contacts. So I'll start with the button contacts. You can use a fair amount of pressure here, not too much, but a fair amount. You see they're coming up nice and shiny now, because the isopropyl alcohol is cleaning them off. You can also use these on the rubber contacts as well, so a bit of isopropyl alcohol on a cotton bud to clean those off. And finally we can do the same on the directional pad rubber contact. You can see some of the contaminant there. So the second common problem with Megadrive controllers is some of these can fail, these rubber contacts. So you see this one is split and come away from the base. That's just through wear and tear. And when that happens, the buttons feel very spongy and a bit unresponsive. So a couple of solutions you can do with this. What some people do is they swap out the contact for a button with the start button contact, because start is rarely used in gameplay. Or if 2 of these are damaged, you'll need to get a gamepad from somewhere like eBay and swap them out as I have. So the next stage, I'm going to clean some of the plastics. Now I'm using furniture polish with beeswax and a microfiber towel. Some people like to use WD-40. Furniture polish is a bit kinder to your hands, or some people like to clean in soapy water. It's really up to personal preference really, but I like using the furniture polish. The wax coating it leaves as well also helps the buttons slide in and out. So you see there comparison with the clean and unclean one. So once we've finished all of that, the D-pad or control pad will start to look nice and clean like so. So the final stage is reassembly. So we put the pad sort of upside down, the top part facing down, install the D-pad, install the buttons, install the start button, put in the rubber contacts, the D-pad contact. Next we reinstall the motherboard. So that sits in nicely. Again, reinstalling the wire can be a little bit fiddly, but it's not too big a deal. And then we replace the back cover and drop in all of the screws. So when reinstalling these screws, I like to do it hand tight, and I will turn them to the left or counterclockwise first until they click. That way I'll know when I turn them to the right, I'm not going to cross thread them and damage the plastic. I always do these hand tight first because we're screwing into plastic. It's very easy to split. So I do them gently by hand first, and then finally tighten them with the screwdriver. So slot that into the screwdriver and tighten those up. And there we have it. There's our repaired and refurbished gamepad ready to play many more games.